month on ABN AMRO World Hockey, we're in Rotterdam for the World Hockey Champions Trophy. We meet Pakistan's talismanic striker Shakil Abbasi. Two-time Olympic gold medalist Bram Lomans picks his favourites for Beijing. We assess the competition for the Olympic women's crown. And Rick Charlesworth has his say on Indian hockey. Holland's second largest city is one of Europe's most vibrant metros. It's the continent's largest port and attracts many visitors for many reasons. We were here for the World Hockey Champions Trophy, hosted by HC Rotterdam, the largest hockey club in the world. The top 6 international teams were out to prove their supremacy, and for most of them it was a chance to test their Olympic preparations. Australia took on Korea in the opening game, and the Kookaburras were on the ball almost immediately.
Oh, a lovely goal. The Korean defence fast asleep there.
The Koreans did fight back though, and the two sides traded goals until Liam de Jong effectively killed off the game with Australia's 5th goal in the 49th minute. European champions Netherlands began in spectacular fashion against Spain.
It'll be a long corner to the Dutch, taken very quickly, and a wonderful goal. Turned in Neuer, but what great vision there.
A goalkeeping error compounded Spain's misery.
Lovely play by Van der Horst, and a good ball as well at the end of it. This is Ronald Brouwer, shoots! And a mistake there by Cortés, and the Dutch are 2 ahead.
The first big upset of the tournament came on day 2. Argentina outplaying the mighty Kookaburras by 2 goals to 1. Spain picked themselves up after their opening day blues with Paul Amat in striking form.
Chance, oh, another wonderful goal. Paul Amat, the goal scorer. It's another lovely pass. Here goes Amat again into the circle. Goalkeepers come out. Amat finds a shot, and 4 becomes 5. And you can't take your eyes off this Spanish team in this sort of mood.
Argentina, meanwhile, was still in giant killing mode. A last-minute strike knocking off the Dutch.
It's a goal! Oh, would you believe it? 15 seconds left on the clock, and Juan Geladi has done the business.
The Germans continued their woeful form, this time going down 3-1 to Australia.
Dwyer cut in well there to draw the foul. That's a great goal. No doubt about that one from Dwyer. Oh, what a goal! Well, great work in the midfield there from Dwyer.
Argentina needed to beat Korea to keep their hopes of a final spot alive.
22% conversion rate from the head of the D. There's a chance, must be easy. Easy for the injector, Paredes. Straight flick, go! Yes! Yes, there is. There's the equaliser.
At 1-1, it was anybody's game, but that was before this happened.
That's a good sequence of 1-2s. This is nice from Argentina into the D now. There's the deflection, there's the goal! What an awesome goal from the back from Argentina.
It eventually ended 4-2, and the South Americans had given themselves a fighting chance of making the final. Spain began their onslaught on Germany immediately on pushback.
So it's Spain in those yellow and red singlets already attacking the German goal down to our right-hand side. This is a leg race. Build across, and the opening goal in the first seconds.
3-0 meant that Spain were in the final.
Pressure shot. Oh, it's gone through Bobolts this time. And Santi Fresher makes it 3.
Australia needed to beat the Dutch to book their spot in the final ahead of Argentina. And at 1-1, it was all to play for.
Lovely ball in. Van der Horst's mistake. And Dwyer taps it over the line. The Dutch again are complaining.
The controversial goal gave the Kookaburras a crucial lead. The Dutch, though, weren't done yet.
Now Van der Horst. Lovely ball. Oh, what a ball. And what a finish there. And it's the local boy making good, Jeroen Hertzberger. Good work by young Ockenden. He's got Van der Horst with him, goes for the shots! And Australia are back in the lead. Travis Brooks with a tap in there.
World champions Germany found their touch just in time, defeating Korea 3-0 to ensure that they didn't finish at the bottom of the pile. Argentina took on the Netherlands for third place, looking to finish on the podium for the first time ever. But it was the mighty Dutch who drew first blood.
Now Rekkers, who's been one of the standout players throughout for the Netherlands, running quietly, lovely ball through, cross the face, and who is there? Bernd de Nooijer, and the Dutch are ahead.
Argentina, though, showed their resilience, forcing the game into extra time.
Oh, that's where it's going to come from, Rick. And Argentina are back on terms here.
With extra time failing to yield any goals, it was down to strokes, and the pressure was on.
Van der Horst, number 4 for the Netherlands. And it's off the posts, and the advantage swings dramatically now in favour of the South Americans. This one to decide it. And it's gone in, and Argentina have the bronze medals, and you have to say they are thoroughly deserved.
Olympic champions Australia and European runners-up Spain squared off in the deciding game. Let's take a look at what happened with your commentators Nick Irvin and Rick Charlesworth.
Half chance here. Oh, it's lifted out off the bar. Abbott scores for Australia. Oh, it's a brilliant goal. A brilliant goal from Xabi Ribas. So Dwyer up against Cortez. And Dwyer makes no mistake. Oh, it's a great finish. Ball was drilled through the Spanish defence and put into the back of the net. And Australia have opened up a 2-goal lead here. Hammond plays it forward now, chance on here. 1 against 1. Round the goalkeeper and the finish.
So Australia wrapping up the Champions Trophy for the 9th time, for their first major victory since the 2005 Champions Trophy in Chennai. An emotional moment for co-captain Matthew Wells, who plans to call it a day after the Beijing Olympics.
It's a great feeling to sort of go out that way, and great place to do it here in Rotterdam. You know, Dutch really put on a good spread, and you know, people come from everywhere to watch the hockey, and it's a fantastic feeling, and yeah, something we'll sort of remember for the rest of our lives.
Now the Kookaburras' focus shifts to Beijing, where they will try to defend their Olympic gold. As Pakistan head to Beijing, their hopes of creating an impression lie with their forward line, spearheaded by Shaquille Abbasi. The striker burst onto the scene in 2003 and made a huge splash. 5 years on, the man from Quetta is now a battle-hardened veteran. The left winger turned striker not only has the lead role up front, but is also a mentor for the youngsters.
देखिए यंग लड़के हैं, स्पीडी लड़के हैं, फॉरवर्ड ज़्यादातर हमारे आए हैं, तो स्पीडी लड़के हैं, अच्छे लड़के हैं, उसमें यही है कि सीनियर्स के साथ उन्हें थोड़ा बहुत होता है, डिस्टेंस होता है हमेशा से सीनियर जूनियर्स का, लेकिन ये है कि वो अच्छे लड़के हमें मिले हैं.
At 24 and after more than 170 international caps, the stylish forward has earned the respect of his peers, and he owes this success to his playing style, inspired by his idol.
हमेशा शौक रहा है, फुटबॉल देखता था पहले बहुत ज़्यादा, तो उसमें मैराडोना माय फेवरेट प्लेयर, तो वो जब गोल करता था या स्टाइल डॉज करता था तो उसको देख के जो है ना बचपन से शौक आता था कि यार अग्रेसिव होना चाहिए, गोल निकालें टीम के लिए, तो ये इस तरह शौक पैदा हुआ.
Abbasi is probably the best forward Pakistan hockey has seen in recent times and carries forward the legacy of greats like Shahbaz Ahmed.
तो हमेशा से गोल करने का शौक रहा है कि वो स्टाइल बनाना है, गोल करके एक मतलब अच्छा लगता है टीम के लिए गोल करना, तो वहाँ से शौक पैदा हुआ. स्पीड थी तो शुरू में ही मतलब भाई ने जो है ना, भाई ने कहा तुम फॉरवर्ड जाओ, तो पहले दिन जब मैं मैच खेला तो फॉरवर्ड खेला, सेंटर फॉरवर्ड ही खेला, तो 2 गोल भी किए, तो बस वहाँ से शुरुआत हुई और फॉरवर्ड खेलना शुरू किया.
The Beijing Games will not only test Pakistan as a team, but also Abbasi as a striker. If he comes out on top against the best defenders in the world, Pakistan could well be real medal contenders. After the break, former Dutch star Bram Lomans picks his favourites for the Olympics. And Rick Charlesworth indulges in some straight talk.
Hi, I'm Bram Lomans, former Olympic member of the Dutch field hockey team, played in '96 and in 2000. I won't be there in Beijing, but I'll tell you what I expect of the Olympic Games in Beijing.
The first of the 2 team pools features Germany and strong contenders Spain. Completing a 4-way battle are New Zealand and Korea, who will also vie for 2 semi-final berths.
My prediction is I will start with the number 1. Germany will be leader of the game, of the pool. They've got a strong penalty corner, good goalie, it's a solid team with some outstanding players, 2 brothers Zeller, they've got Moritz Fürste, they've got an excellent team. I think they're going to be tough to beat at the Olympics. My number 2 in the pool will be Spain. Spain is a really tough side. They play aggressive hockey, they play a lot of press, it's nice to watch them. They got an excellent coach with Moritz Hendricks and some outstanding players. Especially the forward line is probably the best in the tournament with Paul Amat, Santi Fraicha and Eddie Tubauer. They could make it to the final, to the semi-finals if they perform really well. But it's New Zealand. They got a really strong side. They improved a lot the last 4 or 5 years. And with an excellent penalty corner of Hayden Shaw and some good midfield from Ryan Archibald, I think they can be a surprise for the top teams. Okay, Korea, it's always a really tough team to beat. Really strong, really quick players. Very good on counter-attacks. They got a really good penalty corner at the moment. They haven't played that well at the Champions Trophy, but I think they will do better. And well, they'll be fighting with New Zealand about spot 3 and 4. Fifth will be China. I think China will be maybe for every team the hardest game. I don't think they will lose with big numbers. I think there will be a lot of 1-0s or 0-0s against China, but I don't think they have a team to win. For Belgium, I think it's a bit the same. They played outstanding at the European Championship, beating Germany on the 3rd and 4th place match, which brought them in Beijing. But I don't think they have the quality to compete in this hard pool to make it further than place 6.
Defending champions Australia and Netherlands are favourites from Pool B, but Mavericks Pakistan and Great Britain can spring a surprise.
I think it's going to be an easier pool than the first one, but in the Olympic Games are always tough. I rank first place in the pool, I think it will be Australia. It's a really complete team. They've got a good penalty corner, got a good goalie, really strong guys. Yeah, I think it's a strong team. They're one of the favorites of the titles as well. I think they have the best goalie in the world. They've got the best penalty corner in the world. Great players like Teun de Nooijer and many more. I think they're all pretty good players, and they will definitely be fighting with Australia for the first spot. Well, GB is a big team, big guys, strong guys. They've got excellent forwards with Barry Middleton, a good midfield, Ashley Jackson, got a good penalty corner, Simon Mantell. It's a strong team. They will be a tough opponent for the top two, but I think they lack the quality to beat them. Yeah, Pakistan is a difficult team. They've got great players, great skills. If Sohail will be selected, they've got one of the best penalty corners in the world. Yeah, it's a good team. I hope they make the semi-finals because it makes it's always nice to see them play. But yeah, I think they won't beat the European style of hockey. Fortunately for my Canadian friends, I don't think they will. Yeah, we'll have a lot of chance at the Olympics. They beat the RGs at the Pan Am Games, which was really good and was a good achievement. But I think they really lack the quality to be of any importance at the Olympics. South Africa, I think a bit of the same. They probably are qualified by the African Games, but there's not really a competition. So I think they lack the quality as well. Okay, if my predictions are right, the semi-final will be between Germany and the Netherlands. The penalty corner of the Dutch is feared by the Germans, and I think the German tactics are feared by the Dutchies. So this is going to be a tough game and probably won on strokes by Holland. Okay, if I have to buy a ticket for the semi-final of the Olympic Games, I'll buy the ticket Australia against Spain. But you want to know who I think will win? I think Australia will win at the end. Then the final, Australia against the Netherlands. This will be the match of the tournament. Two teams playing really attacking hockey with both best players of the world in their squads. This is going to be a really nice game. I think it will be 2-2 or 3-3. Extra time, strokes. Who will win? Well, I'll hope for the Dutchies, but I really can't tell.
Only the brave or the foolhardy would predict the outcome of the women's competition at Beijing. The lineup in Pool A is proof that there are several contenders for the gold, especially with some of the top teams suffering from loss of form. The Netherlands side under coach Mark Lammers is yet to taste gold at the Olympics. Denied by Germany in the final at Athens, the Dutch boast of a quality lineup, determined to hand their coach a parting gift. An ageing Australian team has suffered from poor form in the lead-up to the Games. Finishing fifth at the 2008 Samsung Champions Trophy, the Hockeyroos will rely on their experience to pull them through to the semis. Host China had done themselves proud at the 2004 Olympics, beating several higher-ranked teams en route to the semis. The team has grown in stature since and is capable of springing a surprise or two playing at home. The Spanish Armada has taken the long route to Beijing, scraping past Azerbaijan in the qualifier at Baku. The side certainly doesn't lack fire and will look to prove that they are better than their 10th place finish at Athens. Asian champions Korea won their last Olympic medal in 1996. Having been forced to play the qualifier in Canada, Korea brushed aside all opposition to storm into the Olympics. South Africa had managed a win against eventual champions Germany at the previous Olympics, but then finished bottom of the heap at the World Cup. Pool B looks a bit easier on paper, but reputations carry little weight in modern hockey, and most teams are capable of rocking the boat. Argentina have in their ranks the world's finest player, Luciana Aymar, and they're the informed team after their Samsung Champions Trophy win. Amar has never won an Olympic gold. She'll certainly be looking for one last hurrah. Defending champions Germany have given a good indicator of their form with a silver at Mönchengladbach. Coach Marcus Rice has the players to counter the flair of some of the other teams and will try to repeat their success at Athens. Japan will aim to better their last place finish of 2004 and seem to have the team to do just that. Ranked 5th in the world, the side has put in some consistent performances and needs to up the ante in Beijing. New Zealand has suffered from some indifferent results in the last 2 years, with their win against Australia in the Oceania Cup final the only bright spot. It's a comeback to the Olympics for the Great Britain team after they missed out on qualification at Athens. They got the better of Spain in the bronze medal game of the Euro Hockey Nations Cup, paving their way to Beijing. The USA have improved in leaps and bounds under the guidance of coach Lou Bodymead. It is a fit and organised unit, eager to make the most of a well-deserved Olympic appearance. When the FIH decided to throw a lifeline to Indian hockey, the man they turned towards to carry out a complete overhaul of the country's system was Aussie legend Rick Charlesworth. But things haven't gone quite according to plan, and the last straw was Charlesworth's first stint on the Indian bench as women's coach. And that came about only by accident, with the regular coach M.K. Kaushik unable to make it because he couldn't get leave from his regular job. When we caught up with the man, he was in the mood for some straight talk.
We've known we're coming here for months and months and months. So why was it a problem to have everything planned and organised? It wasn't just a last-minute decision that we would suddenly come here. It was only a last-minute decision because the bureaucracy made it so. Well, I think there's resources. They're not focused, and I don't think that, I'm not convinced there's the will to change what we've been doing. What we've been doing in India has not been good enough. And unless people accept that and want to do it another way, then we'll keep getting what we've been getting, which is performances on the slide. And you only have to come to a tournament like this and see what other countries are doing and the standard that's being played to understand what we need to do and how we have slipped. Well, it's everything. It's the planning, the organisation, the structure of the game. Lots of interest and resources in the country, still that's a plus. And then it's the way we prepare our teams, and that's physical, mental, tactical, technical, analysis, all the things that you need to do that can make a difference to your team. We're doing them in a way which is not up to scratch. That's the problem with Indian hockey. Every time we get a result in a mediocre tournament or in some situation where there's a short-term result, then we suddenly think it's okay. The superstructure, the fundamentals, the platform is shaky. And you have to get all of that right. And you can't read anything into what happened in Aslan Shah except that, yeah, we've still got some talented players around and we can scratch together a result. But in that tournament, finishing where we were finishing is no great achievement. We have to do much, much better than that. Well, India has a huge advantage over all of these other countries in terms of numbers. But whether or not the players are good enough, we don't know because we haven't put them in a contemporary environment where they have the support that's necessary. And I'm not so sure. You can only answer that question once you actually provide the sort of support that's necessary in a proper program. There's an assumption that, oh, the players are very skillful, suddenly you'll be successful. That will not happen. That will not happen. You might be successful bit by bit as you go along, but it's going to take some time. And as long as the expectation is short-term, and as long as the planning is short-term and everything is perfunctory, then we'll keep getting what we're getting. There has to be a paradigm shift. There has to be a significant change in the way you go about things, or you won't get anybody who's a serious coach interested in doing it. okay, then you might say, well, we've got many coaches in India, and we have to find people who have contemporary experience, who know what's required, and who have an international background and can set up such a program. India hasn't had one for the last 30 years, so the problem is perhaps there isn't anybody in the country who really understands what's required there. I think India needs help. Whether or not India wants it is the question.
Next month on ABN AMRO World Hockey, a chat with Christopher Zeller. And a trip down to Doha. Until then, goodbye.